you cinephiles out there. Well, it's out. It's finally out. Suicide Squad is here. It was my most anticipated movie of 2016.
Yeah.
And
the wait sucked.
The wait did suck.
I hated waiting for this movie.
And to be honest, for me anyway, I was not too disappointed with this. I really, really liked it.
Same here. It was a very enjoyable movie. Critics are bashing on it apparently, but you know what? I don't care. I loved it. I thought it was really good I think the movie is really good for what it is. And sure, I mean I can see how it could have been written a little bit better, but I mean it's not horrible. It's not a theatrical Dawn of Justice. It's definitely not. In fact, it's better than the Ultimate Edition of Dawn of Justice. It's way better. It's you know, it could have been like I said, it could have been written a lot better, and it could have been more amazing than it is.
Well, if you haven't already known about probably some of the controversy behind this movie, about Warner Brothers trying to just get everything out there and rushing David Ayer, the director, to get stuff out. And I mean, apparently he had 6 weeks to write the script, and sometimes it does show that with just the way the story kind of flows and how it edits. The edits are weird at times. To some people it's way more noticeable. To me, I just saw maybe one or two and I was like, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, and of course the story of that he had two cuts of the film. One that was very interfered with by the Warner Brothers executives, and one that was his ultimate cut, and his apparently was a darker but still fun film, and it had a lot more Joker, had a lot more Harley, had more backstory for Killer Croc, which wasn't in this one as much.
Yeah, they really... Killer Croc, like, second time I watched it, it was... I've already seen it twice, and the second time I watched it, I heard that this ultimate cut he's talking about has more backstory for Killer Croc, and when I think about it, you know, Killer Croc, like, his backstory's not mentioned at all. Everyone else, they're shown a little bit of backstory, and him not so much. They just say, oh, he was rushed out of Gotham by the Bat. He tried to hide in the sewers, and then he didn't. And then they just kind of said, then he ended up here. It's like they don't explain how he was taken. It's like, okay.
Oh, also, because of the trailers and the great trailers that they were, you don't see a lot of shots that were in the trailers.
Lines,
in this movie.
Lines too.
And that too.
There were lines where they showed in like there was a certain line Joker said, and it was like in every trailer where he says, "I can't wait to show you my toys." Wasn't even in the movie, and I was like, "Wow." You get us all hyped up for him to say that in the movie because we want to see what kind of context he's saying it in.
Yeah.
And then you don't even give it to us.
Yeah. My favorite scene from from the first trailer was Harley having her bat like a shotgun, and she goes like that. It's not in the movie.
No, it's not.
And what else isn't in the movie? The Joker with his half blown up face.
Yeah, and a grenade.
And his grenade. That's not in the movie.
That's not in the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
there's quite a. I'm praying that the ultimate cut is going to come to DVD, and you know, because I have strong belief that fans are going to cry for it. They're going to be like, give us the ultimate cut. You know, we want it. They're going to demand it from Warner Brothers. When we're all right, you know. But
all right.
I mean, the movie. If I had to say I had any issues with it, it would probably be the look of the Big Brother witch or god or whatever he was. His look was cool, yet the face, it was weird when it was animated. I think they could have done something different with the face, but I don't know. I honestly don't know if his depiction was accurate to the comics, so I can't really judge it from that point of view. All I can say is, for the most part, I liked him. It's just the face. It was just weird to me. But I loved it when Diablo went to his full fire skeleton form and took him on.
Yeah.
And
that was
loved
a big
it.
surprise.
I was freaked. I almost freaked out when that happened. I had no idea he could do that. Yeah, Harley did not disappoint. They were definitely playing Margot Robbie up as Harley Quinn. In the trailers, they're saying she's gonna be awesome, and guess what? She was. She was a great Harley Quinn. One of my favorite lines that she has in the movie is whenever she tells everybody at the bar that they're all ugly on the inside, and then but she tells that Croc is ugly on the outside too, and Croc's like, "No, but I'm beautiful on the outside and the inside." She goes, "Yeah, you are." I just love Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. If I ever get a chance to meet Margot Robbie, I hope she's dressed up as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Margot Robbie is perfect as Harley Quinn. I mean, there were times where you could tell she couldn't get the Boston accent quite down packed, but when the times that she did have that accent down, it was amazing, and it made me smile. I couldn't stop smiling when she was doing the actual Boston accent with her character. Batman
wasn't in the movie as much as we thought he was going to be, but he had a couple scenes, and the scenes he had were awesome.
Oh yeah, that scene that he had with Deadshot
that
in
was
the alleyway was
greatest.
Great.
I felt like that was real. That's comic book Batman and comic book Deadshot. Just Batman coming out of nowhere to be like, "It's over, Deadshot. I'm taking you in." It's like, that's exactly what Batman would say. All you Affleck haters can say what you want, but that's the best Batman we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not dissing Christian Bale or Michael Keaton. I am gonna diss Val Kilmer and George Clooney. I'm sorry, you guys are good actors, but those are horrible Batmans. Yeah. But Michael Keaton and Christian Bale were great, but this is the comic book Batman that we've fans have always wanted, and that the comic book fans deserve.
Yeah. Speaking of Deadshot, Will Smith was amazing as Deadshot.
Oh my gosh, when I meet that man, I've always loved Will Smith, but when I meet that man, just because of this performance, I'm going to tell him that he's a legend. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room of this movie, even though he wasn't in as much as the movie was wanted him to be, Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah.
The look, everyone disagreed with the look when images were released and everything, but the performance more than makes up for it.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with the look. Honestly, I don't have as much of a problem with the look as I used to. I guess I over time understood what they were going for, and they had to modernize the Joker a little bit, and they wanted to make this version their own thing. And honestly, despite what he looks like, if you don't like it or not, I like it. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. He looks cool either way. Mm-hmm. But the performance, oh my gosh, this was creepy, psychopath. I'm terrified of you, Joker. Like if I meet Jack Nicholson's Joker, I'm just gonna, okay, you're a clown. I don't really care. And if I meet Heath Ledger's Joker, I'm probably gonna be like, dude, you just stay away from me, Yeah. But this guy, I will pee in my pants, poop myself. This guy is scary. That scene where he comes up behind that guy and says all that chit chat's gonna get you hurt, and then he walks around him doing the whole purring, growling, low growl thing. Oh no. Mm-hmm. that was a bit terrifying, and he also showed a few times that he'll creep you out by being affectionate towards you even if you're a guy.
Yeah. Like
he got right in that guy's lap, and he's like, you're my friend. Yeah. Oh man, no. I'm gonna go ahead and say this.
Oh really?
He's the best Joker. Boom. Heath gave us a great performance, a great new look at the Joker, and a way to make that character very popular again, even amongst non-comic book fans. And it'll never be forgotten. But this was like, this works for the straight up comic book universe they're making. Heath Ledger's Joker worked well because it was it was supposed to be a real world Joker, which was what Christopher Nolan was doing with his Dark Knight trilogy. It wasn't a comic book world, it was the real world. Like, what if Batman really existed? That was the whole point of that trilogy. And that's why Heath Ledger's Joker was great, and that's why it worked best in that world. But we needed something way different for this one, for this comic book world they're making. And Jared Leto's Joker, I love it. I mean, I thought he just looked great. Like, he's the best. Performance, look-wise, it all works for me. Now, if they want to get some in like later movies, if they decide they want some of the tattoos gone, I'm not going to complain as long as they keep that same basic look he had, the green slicked back hair, and they can keep the teeth.
Pale white skin.
What was up with his teeth again? I forget what they're called.
Well, some people call it a grill, but to me it's more of like just like a metal fixture because the way I interpret it is that Batman punched him so many
knocked his
times
teeth out.
and just knocked
He
his
got
teeth out.
he got his teeth filed in by a dentist, and
Yeah.
so yeah, his grill or the whatever those are called, the teeth that can stay because I think that works for him. And I really hope, and if we ever get to see the ultimate cut, that he has at least 10 more minutes of screen time. Man, who was that one guy that just got killed right out the gate? Slipknot. Yeah, wow, way to just... he's on the posters and everything. It's like, oh, he's dead. I was thinking to myself, oh, this, before it even happened, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna die.
Yeah. Everybody could see that because you'd see the trailers and he's like, oh, he's only in a couple of scenes. He's not in that big scene where they're all walking together.
No, he's
where
not.
he's at. Oh, he's gonna die.
Yeah, people were calling that he was gonna die, and I think some people called that Diablo was gonna die too. Which sucks, man, because I love Diablo. He was awesome. I was surprised. I did not know that Katana was not. She wasn't a prisoner. She wasn't part of them, like that got the injections or anything. She works for the government. I was surprised to find that out, but I think it works. I really wish we could have gotten even more of a backstory. I think there's more of that in the Ultimate Cut as well. There's definitely. I know they showed they showed like this one thing in one of the trailers where she's holding her sword up, and you can
that
see.
wasn't in there either.
No, it wasn't. Because the only time they mentioned that her sword holds souls was that time where she had it like this. It wasn't even full all the way out of the sheath.
Yeah. If you're a big fan of the Arrow TV show, season 3 actually shows a lot of Katana's story, but of course, that could be a different.
She was in season 3?
Yeah.
I didn't really know. She hadn't, but she hadn't at that time. She hadn't really started the whole soul thing. But I remember the mask she put on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now I remember. It's been so long since I watched that.
Yeah.
Season 3.
They kind of similar backstory. There could have been. They could be add more stuff to it in the movies that hopefully they show later on.
Yeah. Captain Boomerang. I forget the actor's name.
Jack Courtney.
I loved his Captain Boomerang. I love his Captain Boomerang more than the TV show Captain Boomerang. Because this guy's just funny.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, I'm assuming he doesn't do well in small spaces because he's just kind of going nuts inside his cell at the end. And I was like, dude, why couldn't you cut yourself a deal or something? Like, then all right, fine. I want to live in a luxurious cell.
Right.
If I'm going to have a life sentence, I want to live well. Because Harley got a cappuccino machine, and Will got the. And Deadshot. Deadshot got to visit his daughter.
One person we need to talk about also is Viola Davis's Amanda Waller. I hated her.
Yeah.
In a good way.
She played the character. She played it right.
I want to punch her in the face.
Yep. She was cold. She shot her own people, and she is not to be trusted. And oh man, I wonder if they make a trilogy out of this, if in the third or fourth Suicide Squad movie, I have no idea how many they're gonna make. They're gonna kill her off at one point, because at one point this whole thing's gonna get shut down. It's just another good performance in the movie. That's another thing this movie has. It has very strong performances of all these characters. I really feel like the movie was supposed to have more story to it, because it does feel like something's. Oh wait, that felt like something's supposed to happen right there.
Yeah.
Like there are times where you're like, okay, they're already this far, and but the movie does have editing issues, considering like the first 30 minutes. Somebody complained about the first 30 minutes of the movie, but I love the first 30 minutes of the movie.
I liked it.
Could have been edited a bit better, but it was fine, and it showed us what I wanted to see. I loved when they introduced Deadshot with the mask on and everything, and the bullets are raining down. Those are bullets, right?
Yeah,
and he's had his hand out. I love that.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Thought it was beautiful.
Harley's back story was awesome. You get to see Arkham Asylum in this universe for the first time.
A little bit of it.
A little bit of it. The outside, you get to see, a couple of rooms. You get to see as her, before she turned Harley Quinn, her Dr. Harleen Quinzel, you get to see her as that. And they brought a nod back from the comic books. You get to see her for a little bit in her jester outfit.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that was awesome. And you even get to see it again when they're about to be suited up to go out and do their mission.
Oh yeah.
You see it in the little trunk that they give.
That's one of my favorite shots of the movie, when it shows Joker and Harley dancing, and he's in his classic tux, and she's in her classic outfit, and it's that shot of them together, and I was like, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks so good together right there. They're really doing a good job of tying in all these DC movies. Like hell, Flash was in this movie for a second.
Yeah, and I thought that his cameo was really great too. Him going up against Captain Boomerang and showing that how Captain Boomerang was captured by Flash and not Batman. Another thing with connecting the DC films is that it shows how Batman's progressed, I guess, after Superman's death. In BVS, you know, he's not killing.
Nope.
He took in Deadshot without killing. He got Harley Quinn, didn't let her drown, because after he saves her, you know, Joker crashes the car into the lake or the bay, and she's, I wouldn't say drowning, but she's not breathing, and he helps her out by resuscitating her, and then she kind of kisses him.
Yeah, she kisses him, and he's like, "You bitch." Yeah. The mid-credit scene where Bruce Wayne talks to Amanda Waller, very interesting. I was expecting a Batman confrontation with her, but apparently she knows that he's Batman, so I guess that kind of defeats the purpose. I don't know.
Yeah, and you heard him right. There's a mid-credit scene, in case you still haven't seen it. You're still watching this video.
Yeah, everyone was. All the people were leaving the theater when we saw it. There's no credit scene. It's DC, you know.
No,
I can only imagine some guys like, "That's a mid-credit scene going on. Oh crap, get in there!" Yeah. He's like pushing his way through. I don't understand why DC won't, you know, do end credit scenes. I hope they do more after this. You know, I know they're trying to be different from Marvel, but I mean, end credit scenes are like, they're just a little extra bonus we like to sit around and wait for. So why not give us something like that?
It gets set up the movies to come.
It does. It gets us excited for the next movies.
But you know, this one had one, and hopefully the next one to come out is Wonder Woman. Hopefully Wonder Woman will have one as well.
I hope that the first Dawn of Justice movie, if Superman is not resurrected in the actual movie, I hope that they have an end credit scene that shows him that shows him, like, implies that he's coming back. Oh, of course, it was already implied at the end of Dawn of Justice. So what I'm saying is, like, they do something to show, like, oh, he's risen.
Right.
Like, he's not coming back. He's actually he's back now. They just showed him get up or something. You know, the theatrical edition, for the faults it has, it's all upheld by the strong performances. That sounded weird. The strong performances and just all the Easter eggs you get to see.
Yeah.
And I think, like, I stand by what I've said in the past. Like, this movie, it does a great service to fans, in my opinion. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, for those of you who know Suicide Squad, I feel like, I mean, there are going to be some fans who are like, oh, they kind of ruined Suicide Squad. But I think for the majority of fans who have seen, for instance, Batman Arkham Asylum, or even just read the Suicide Squad comics from way back when to even the modern ones now, will appreciate just all the Easter eggs they put, all the character developments that are in this movie, and just the sheer funness of it.
Yeah, that's what this movie is most times, just absolute fun to watch. Oh yeah, we almost forgot. Enchantress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we almost left her out.
Cara Delevingne's Enchantress / June Moon.
She looks so good.
Oh yeah. My favorite shot of her, I guess, would be when she first calls Enchantress in the Oval Office, and you see Enchantress's hand come underneath and do that, and it just kind of flips, and she transforms into Enchantress.
That was the Oval Office.
I think it was one of those.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the Oval Office. It was some other office.
Yeah, it was like a war
like in
room.
the Pentagon.
Yeah, definitely the Pentagon, I think. But yeah, like I loved that scene. I loved all her scenes. I thought she was an interesting villain, and I think it worked for the story that they were trying to tell. And yeah, Enchantress is essentially like she is some kind of a god. So I think the fact that they all took her on and they fought her, and man, like that was that whole climax sequence, like the Deadshot's final bullet, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that entire final battle sequence, and I thought Enchantress was very well done, and she's shown in like, so yeah, so this actress had to look 3 different ways. She had to be her regular self, June Moon, Dr. June Moon, and then she had to be Enchantress, and then she had to be like the official like god Enchantress.
Yeah.
The god version, or where she has full power. And I thought it was amazing.
So yeah, for those of you, that was our review. For those of you who have seen it, tell us what you think about it in the comments. Do you agree with the critics? Are you still on the fence about it? Or do you love it? Do you think this is a good step forward for the DCEU as a whole? You know, we loved it. We've said, you know what? Just go in with an open mind. Forget the critics.
Yeah, forget them.
And just go in with your opinion. That's all it is. Critic is just, it's their opinion. Something that didn't work for them really took them out of the movie, so they gave it a 3 out of 10. For us, it wasn't maybe as big as a deal as it was to them, and we liked it a lot. So it all matters on your opinion. And just think about this. Just because it got a bad rating on Rotten Tomatoes or anywhere else doesn't mean it's doomed to fail if they do a second one. Because think of Transformers. Transformers Age of Extinction got 18% on Rotten Tomatoes, and yet we're getting a 5th one.
Yeah, and it made a buttload of money too.
Yeah.
Because guess what? People want to go see Transformer films. They want to see those action films. Michael Bay has made some not so good movies, but he never loses money on movies he's ever made, because he's that good. His movies all look good.
Yeah.
That's what he's good at.
People are saying, man, Michael Bay, you suck at doing movies. Yeah, and then he's fanning himself with, you know,
$100 bills. Like, he's got like $100 bills. Like, oh yeah? I was not gonna make movies, huh? Here, I don't need this. It just throws it at you.
Yeah. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe for more reviews and trailer reactions that we do. I hear later this week that the official first trailer for Star Wars Rogue One is going to come out during the Olympics on Thursday. So finally.
Yeah, right.
Look out for that. So until next time,
we're out.
On the way.